Hello everybody, my name is Rolak, and welcome back to Hi-Fi Rush. In the last episode, we got started on our little kerfuffle that our friend Chai here has gone himself into, with a robotic arm and a scrap metal guitar. We are fighting our way through the Vandelay campus, trying to get the hell out of here. Starting off with our new introductory of combo switches, which are pretty much just switches where we just have to copy what it says on there and get out of here. And I messed it up. Great start. Alright, let's head up.
Bring it on.
And right into combat, which will probably be hopefully a lot easier. And probably give me a lot better of a combo this time. Now that we're into proper combat. There we go. Especially now for the beat hit. Now it's a lot more simple to get into. Such a so.
You ready for more?
There we go. That's a much better result.
Well, that looks like all of them.
Maybe things aren't so bad after all.
Okay. Remind me to ask you later how you did all that.
Like I know. Anyway, your turn. I need to get out of wherever I am.
You're in production, and the only direct exit is through quality assurance. You see it?
So many buildings. It's hard to tell.
It's the one that literally says QA Center on it.
Oh, yeah. That one.
With that way out, they're probably expecting you, so...
You had me at way out. Let's go.
Alright, and we got, this is basically the ranking explanation. So, the more we land proper beat hits, the more we do better combos, stuff like that, our rank will go up. It can go from D to C, B, A, and S is the top rank. And based on our results, we can get graded. Our grading is dependent on score, timing, and time. Score being the amount of points you gather up in the combat encounter. Just timing is how many on beat hits you land. You know, timing correctly to the beat. And time is how quickly you go through the fight. Quicker the time, the better the score. Better timing, better the score. Higher score, better result. Again, very self-explanatory for a lot of beat-em-up games, or hack and slash games, I should say, but it's a bit different with this game being, you know, a rhythm game.
Being cocky isn't gonna get you out of here.
The best solution is the most obvious.
That's wrong and terrible advice. You're wanted. We need to outsmart them.
Well, then I'll fight my way out.
Are you an idiot? That's literally the opposite of outsmarting them.
So what we're going to be doing right now is practically getting into the introduction of how levels work properly. Most of the time you'll be a lot of just platforming, mostly. Fights happen every now and then, being indicated by being called choruses. And throughout the levels, you're going to be finding various things to interact with, such as this. A vlog. To all employees, Rekka here. This is important, so all caps this time. Kale's visiting the facility, and Rekka knows all you grimy grease hands are fixing your nuts and bolts to get things working. But Rekka wants this place shining on Armstrong Day. And someone spell-check those Armstrong scanners. You hear that voice? That's the crowd cheering when those Armstrong units are pumping out to the public. And when Rekka gets her nice bonus at the end of the fiscal, Rekka will be sure to name-check you all in that millisecond before Rekka kicks back and gives herself a round of applause. Scattered throughout the entirety of the game are going to be vlogs written by various characters that you may or may not encounter. And also character interactions such as this.
I'm telling you, that was Kale in the flesh. You don't even have flesh. You wouldn't know. Actually being in production, does that count that I met him? No, it doesn't. So get over it and let's fix this staircase.
Just little character interactions through different NPCs, the levels. Just nice little touch for developing the world. Now you might have noticed that I did collect some health items while we are at full health. If you do collect restorative items when you're at full health, they will be converted into gears. Nice little helpful thing that this game does for you, so you don't overstock on health. Collecting health while you're already at full health does have another use, but we don't have the item yet to do so. That will come later. We grab ourselves another life gauge piece. We got ourselves a little button here. These will only be able to be pressed with the Y combo in the air, which is just slamming straight down.
Reminder, to compensate for added Project Armstrong flow, a new day of the week was added. Please note on this additional day of the week, working is mandatory.
Oh, hello there again, friend.
Yeah. Hey.
I was just looking around, and it seems like the whole world seems to be moving to your musical superpowers.
You know, I was actually noticing that too.
Finding the beat is as simple as looking around. Even the environment reacts to the beat. I think this is what those young people call being in the zone.
Maybe? But anyways, that's cool.
So yeah, looking just anywhere in the world, mostly in the entirety of the world, you'll be able to see the world reacting to the beat, such as that pipe over there, or those steam vents coming out. Even the shipping containers are moving to the beat as well. Everything moves to the beat in this game. So, you know, pay attention and whatnot.
Oh, I remembered something else.
Must be really important.
With everything moving to the beat, that also means Vandelay's robots. Looking at your recorded data, it seems all Vandelay security units are moving and acting to the same rhythm as you. Which means, by paying close attention, you'll know exactly when attacks will come. On the feel the beat to attack, feel the beat to dodge. Things are seeming quite simple now.
Like I said before, everything moves to the beat. Enemies attacking will attack to the beat. So pay attention to the beat, and you'll be able to get out of fights with little next to no damage. Some attacks are a bit different and will kind of attack off beat, but that's for more advanced enemies. For most of the basic enemies, everything they do is to the beat, which will make it a lot more easier for combat. Do you have anything else to say? Yeah, no.
Looking at
Okay.
your recorded data, but I was just getting to the exciting part.
No, you weren't. We were done here. All right. I believe there's one more thing for us down here. At least I think there is. Some more gears for us to collect. And this thing over here. Some strange door that we can't interact with just yet. And a couple thousand gears. 1,500 to be exact. Don't be too discouraged if you won't be able to find everything when you're going through a level for the first time. There will be a moment later in the game, after you beat the game, where you'll be able to go through past levels again to find everything that you've missed before.
Oh, you look a bit tired.
I think I'm okay.
Sometimes it's best to take a rest. By that, I mean a rest combo. After a light attack hits, wait one beat, and then attack again with a light attack to create a new combo. You'll know when to press the beat because you'll hear a clap sound. And even better, this combo will take you and your enemies into the air.
Wow, sounds neat. But I may need to practice.
I hoped you'd say that. Take my breath away.
Yeah, sure.
I don't like the weird sexual tension that Smidge has got going on. I don't know what's with it, but it's just really unsettling. So yes, rest combos. You may have seen me doing this. Attack, wait, and go for a few more hits.
Now that's it. Enjoy a drink. On me, of course.
Again, I don't like the tension you're giving me here. What does it say? Let me help you. So yes, doing a rest combo. Attack, wait. Hang on. Attack, wait. Hang on. Attack, wait, go, and go. This will chain into an air combo, which is probably the best way to get into air combos, aside from doing the dash Y attack. There are other ways to get into mid-air combos, but those will have to be unlocked later, so for now we just got the rest hit combo and the dash attack.
Uh-oh. I think I found a shortcut.
Yeah, sure.
This campus is huge. It's more like a city.
The perks of being the world's leading tech company. Vandalay likes to show off. But I'm looking for what they're hiding.
Oh, you like digging up secrets. How about telling me your name?
If it took you this long to ask, you can wait a bit longer.
I'm Chai, by the way.
Shy? All right then.
Now into this odd 2D segment. These will happen every now and then in the games. It's pretty much just limiting you to side-scrolling. Proper side-scrolling. Not whatever the hell Blackgate had going on.
A lot of shortcuts around here.
Are we... No, not quite yet. Be on the lookout for these cleaner bots, because you'll be able to interact with them one way or another. Down we go. Now down in here, is there anything here for us to collect? Probably, but here's the thing. I've been playing this game non-stop since it came out, and I've practically 100%ed of the game. The only downside is I've been playing the 100%ed version and haven't really gone through a proper uncompleted playthrough. So I may or may not forget where things are every now and then. But for the most part, they aren't too difficult to find. Such as this. Battery pack production. Production order from R&D. BGR 0101, unit, that number. Over at the lab, Zanzo wants this unit out there for sale today, even though he thought of the idea yesterday. Product name, Expanded Battery Pack for Project Armstrong Power Units. By design, the battery is made to fail at the 6-month mark, exactly a minute past the warranty period. Zanzo wants to put out this battery supercharger to help that? I don't know what he wants anymore. You didn't hear from me, but all it does is mess up the charge and wear it out faster. But FYI, this thing is like a lightning rod. Zanzo didn't want any protective covering since it looked cooler. Wear rubber gloves or something. Every one of these vlogs are fantastic.
Battery production activated. Don't touch the red lasers. Obviously.
And the red lasers will be indicated by the red lines, obviously, as the Lucille bot stated. And I think for this, after the second one, they'll get to mix it up a little bit by activating those lasers. Again, they'll be moving to the beat, so just pay attention to the beat, and you should be good to dodge them. And just stay out of the way of the lasers. Pretty self-explanatory. Of course.
Hey, cool. What's that?
I wouldn't touch that.
I would.
Well, you're not dead. That's a plus.
The opposite, actually. It feels like I'm powered up.
808 is showing me you've got a lot of energy stored up in your arm. How about letting it out?
Special attacks. Chai can build up energy in his reverb gauge to unleash special attacks. When enough energy is stored up, the reverb gauge will glow to let you know you can launch into a special attack. Pressing both the sticks at the same time will activate the attack and consume our stored energy. Attacking on beat and collecting batteries will charge up the reverb gauge. Starting out with Power Chord. A standard multi-hit attack that attacks pretty much anything in front of you. It's a good starting special move, but there are a lot better ones to get later down the road. And our reverb gauge is indicated by the above our health bar. Collecting batteries restores our energy gauge, our reverb. Ooh, this is good. Haven't heard this part of the song for a while. Should be noted, reverb gauge disappears after your combat ends, so be sure to use it. Or save it for later. I'm not entirely sure how it works, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, wow! You seem to be able to now use special attacks.
That literally just happened.
Reminder, I know a lot about you,
Yeah.
but these special attacks are key. You really are channeling your energy here. Landing beat hits will knock batteries out of your enemies to charge your reverb gauge.
There are certain moves that you can unlock later that will allow you to gather more batteries from doing beat hits. But again, those will be for later.
But it seems like all the energy will disappear after a battle. Seems like you aren't built to hold that much of a charge. So remember to use it while you have it.
Now, this explanation is a bit iffy because I've had moments where I've been able to store some energy for later battles. I'm not entirely sure how it works exactly, but I think you can still keep some amount of reverb after certain battles. Again, I'm not too sure. It might just be some things I've collected to help with that, but that's just how it works for me.
Like they say, if you don't use it,
You live with constant regret over what could have been, correct?
that's not how I remember it.
Again, Smidge, a very strange fellow. But yes, collecting energy outside of battle, such as collecting batteries and such, will keep your energy to a certain amount. So when you get into a battle, you'll still obtain the reverb that you can use when battle starts. Speaking of battle,
Rekka wants him wasted, so let's waste him.
get introduced to our ranged enemies. Like, you know, every enemy. Oh, that was a terrible one. Oh, God. Give here. Like every enemy, they attack to the beat. And their attacks are pretty easy to see with the lasers and whatnot. There we go. Not bad. Perfect S.
Not bad at all.
That's what I just said. Thanks, Chai. There'll be certain special attacks later as well that use a certain amount of reverb gauge more so than other ones. For example, Power Chord uses, I think, our full... It might... I'm not too sure. Gonna have to look more into detail about that later, but it uses a certain amount of reverb gauge, leaving us with some excess reverb gauge. Much like our health, we're able to upgrade our reverb gauge to higher points using a certain item that we have not encountered just yet. And then we got this guy, who is just a chest, and I don't think you gotta time this to the beat, you just gotta spam X. And that unlocks this. Broke a piece of health tank. As advertised as indestructible, this was clearly not. By refraining with 5 parts, a health tank will be acquired. Man, that thing did not appear quick enough for me to explain it. We'll go over to what health tanks get you later. Because they're a bit more complicated than the other collectibles. Should be pretty obvious to not get crushed by the press machines. As for what is, if there's anything over here. Yes, there is. And the last of our main collectibles being this. Electric Reverb Core Piece. Collect 4 to increase our reverb gauge. So it's like the, like the heart piece, but for a reverb. It'll fully restore. I think it will fully restore our reverb as well. Not too sure on that part. It's been a while since I've collected all of them. I guess we'll see. As it currently stands early in the game, you want to explore every nook and cranny of every level, because there'll be certain things that you may or may not miss very easily. Ow! Thankfully, it doesn't deal a huge amount of damage. Environmental damage doesn't really deal much to you. It's the enemies that you have to look out for.
Uh-oh. Power's out. Generator looks busted.
Could you fix it? Any tools nearby?
Tools? I got a better idea.
So we're just going to ignore what it says right there and hit it. To the beat, of course.
And the beat goes on.
Throughout the game, we'll be getting these little mini games where we just have to time things to the beat, as usual. Cool. If you do mess up on those moments, you will have to restart the whole thing from scratch, but it's really not too much of a detriment.
I told you to check that generator. You had one job. You set me up. What? Rekka will destroy both of us if we run behind. Well, someone fixed it, so stop yelling at me.
You're welcome.
The jig's up. Rekka knows we blew it. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to get angry.
There you go. I've restored friendship through means of violence. Here we are. So, These little guys, these cleaner robots. Once you start hitting them, they'll start to freak out. If you damage them enough, they'll blow up, leaving behind some goodies. Sometimes health, sometimes gears, mostly gears, and sometimes batteries. So be on the lookout for those. Completely optional enemies. Well, wouldn't even really call them enemies to be exact. And we got another strange door that's locked and we can't do anything with yet. Guess we'll have to figure what that does later. Sometimes you'll get lucky and they'll get stuck in the corner, but you can just beat them up, no problem. Wait.
Reminder, sick days must be registered 6 months before desired date. Asterisk, sick days for robotic employees will not be approved.
6 months for a sick day, good lord. Now we got introduced to a big, bulky enemy. These guys work a bit differently than the standard enemy. These guys have stun gauges. What that means is that enemies that have stun gauges will not react to the same damage buffers that normal enemies will have. You gotta hit them hard enough to break their stun gauges, then they can be comboed properly with certain attacks. Yeah, until you break their stun gauge. Once it's broken, you knock them back or lift them in the air for combos. You need to continually attack an enemy to break them. Leave them alone for too long and they'll recharge their gauge. Focus your attacks on a single enemy to take them out faster. It can be easily discerned as to which enemy has a gauge, indicated by the gauge on the side of his health bar. Minor enemies such as the sabers and the gunners, they don't have stun gauges, so you're able to combo them no problem. Get on this. Hello, Mr. Roquefort. I think you may have sent this to me accidentally. Received message below. Look what I have to deal with. Conversation log between Roquefort and Rekka. Just tell me where we're gonna hit this Q4 delivery numbers. Rekka will get her done. Can you stop yelling? Caps lock is broken. Rekka works hard and types hard. I don't care how hard you work. If those units aren't out the door, we won't make the Q4 forecast. Then tell Zanza to stop coming in so hot with the designs. Design is his problem. Making them is yours. Don't mess. Don't mess? Rekka got the Armstrong line up and running in 17 hours. While you're counting bills, Rekka's smashing rivets. You don't smash rivets. Look, all your hype talk better live up to it. These are very pleasant. And they'll get better. As for if there's anything else in this area, I don't recall there being anything pressing. Just gears and other boxes for us to break. Again, like I said before, I wouldn't worry too much about collecting everything on your first run, because most often than not, you won't be able to collect everything.
Rhythm games are too hard. I want to relax, but you gotta time it right. I'll get back to work. Just one more game.
Me.
Hey, I was going for the high score.
It's not even on your, not even anything on your screen, idiot. Push. And down we go.
How about combining those heavy and light attacks for even more combos and beat hits? Now's the time to try it out.
You know what? I don't think we'll cover those in this episode, but I think we'll start off the next episode with that, because again, we've been going for a little bit. So, next time on Hi-Fi Rush, we're going to be starting off with these two combo tutorials, which are very easy to get a hang of. And we'll be getting further into production, seeing if we can reach the QA center, and seeing what else can be done. See you guys next time.